connected to that huge hash and marijuana bust. Lots of money seized and another arrest.
An elderly convenience store night clerk was shot to death during a robbery. We'll tell you about the victim, the crimes, and the search for a suspect. At a special SMUD board meeting, a possible buyer for Rancho Seco was revealed. We'll have that full story.
And the pluses and minuses of a vegetarian diet on tonight's edition of Eating Right. Dale Westrup's special report.
News 10 at 5 is next.
From the Sierra to the Pacific. Live from California's capital. This is News 10. Reported by Dick Cable and Susan Blake.
Well, good evening. Thank you for joining us. The federal government tightening the noose around assets and friends of the people arrested in this week's enormous drug bust in San Francisco Bay.
The Internal Revenue Service and the Drug Enforcement Administration today seized yet another tugboat belonging to the Robinson family. Our George Warren is live now in the Sacramento River Delta where that seizure took place. George, do you have any other new information for us this evening?
Well, Susan, about all of it is new to us. We're just finding out some of the more interesting aspects of this case. I'll get into that in just a few moments. We're in the southwestern corner of Sacramento County, kind of an obscure part of the county, where the Robinsons operated under the cover of a legitimate dredging business called Dredge Master. Federal authorities say they now have impounded all the equipment they think the Robinsons used in their alleged drug smuggling operations. And today, the fascinating story of how one man brought the Robinsons down. A Coast Guard river pilot boards the Ruby R to take her to San Francisco. Authorities say 47-year-old Calvin Robinson and his family used this tug on an earlier drug run and got away with it.
The Ruby R was used by Calvin Robinson last year during August and September to bring about 30 tons of hashish into the San Francisco Bay Area. That's why we're seizing it today as a result of the investigation into Robinson.
Special Agent Norman Wood said the Robinsons towed a barge with the Ruby R to meet a mothership, the same way they used the tug seized in this week's huge drug bust. It was last year's drug run that led to a tip and led Agent Wood to the Robinsons and their Delta hideout. During his investigation, Special Agent Wood says he spent a lot of time in fishing boats, just like this one. He even talked to Calvin Robinson a few times. A record marijuana and hashish haul, 50 tons, an investigation that took a little luck and a lot of legwork. Not bad for a man who's been with the Customs Service barely a year. Hey, Norm, how's it feel? Your boss says you've got a bright future with the government. What do you think?
Well, I hope so. I really enjoy working for the U.S. Customs Service. It's I think, probably the finest agency in the United States government, and I plan on staying with it.
Then the Ruby R steamed down the Delta to join its sister tug in federal custody. The Ruby R left here just about an hour ago, so it's got about a 3-hour journey ahead of it if the wind doesn't slow it down a little bit. The investigation isn't over by any means. 6 people now in custody, but federal agents are looking for other people involved in financing and distributing the drugs. And by now, Norm Wood has some help in his investigation. Special Agent Norm Wood, quite a story. Dick and Susan, back to you.
Thanks, George. And there is, of course, more information to this story. We'll be bringing you details in just a few moments.